Can you blame the father if it's one of those situations where I told you I didn't want it?
Yes.
Why do I have to be a part of this when I said I didn't want it? And I'm not saying it's okay. I'm not saying that deadbeat should have any type of grace at all. But what I am saying is, at what point does the woman take accountability and say, I signed up for this? I signed up for this. When he told me he didn't want it, I knew that it doesn't happen. But I know it doesn't happen, but it should. Because when he said he didn't want it, I knew that it was going to be hard. Can you blame the father?
The absolute biggest thing that human beings have a hard time understanding and accepting that there's a different perspective. Let's leave the matrix into the real world. Uh, this is a topic that I made a video about. I want y'all to go back to my videos, and it's about the baby can't be used as punishment for the man. And basically what she's saying, she's basically giving my same argument of you can't use the baby as punishment. The child is going to suffer. If a man has a short window of opportunity to be accountable, to where he, you know what I'm saying, wrap it up. And in my video, I was saying sometimes it's 30 seconds, sometimes it's a minute, or you know what I'm saying, or in the heat of the passion, heat of the moment, you never know what's gonna happen. Go out on a date, y'all go back to the spot, and things get hot and heavy, and the man had the and this is not taking any accountability from the man, but in my video, I explain how after the fact, after conception, a woman has months. Like I estimated at maybe 3 months, and y'all can, um, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but maybe 3 months of runway where she can get all kind of advice, all kind of counsel, and to make a decision about what she want to do. Maybe the man, they're not in a great financial situation, but y'all go back to my video and y'all, check that out. But she's basically saying the same thing. Like, what if a guy actually tell if who's at fault if the man actually tells you that he doesn't want a child after conception and you still have the baby, says that he's not financially stable enough to keep to provide for the child, for you and the child, and you still have the baby, like, and not saying that I'm for, what I'm saying, those other things that you could do, eliminating the baby, plan Bs or whatever. But these things gotta have to be talked about. We need an adult conversation, because you go in the comments, it's the same um explanation, or the same thing women say, and a lot of other people say the man should have wrapped it up, and that's true. But there's a child involved, and the child will suffer. So have to make the right decisions in these situations, and the concept of the you didn't wrap it up, so I'm going to have this child in dysfunction just to punish you is just crazy to me. Like, what about the child? But let's check out the next video.
You can cheat on her, but don't beat on her. My daughter just texted me she got a boyfriend. She want me to meet him. Be nice. Just don't hit her. Love her. I don't give a what you do. Just don't hit her. You can cheat on her. I don't give a damn. Whatever. Just don't hit her.
Crazy.
My daughters love me, boy.
Let me stop here. But basically, Boosie, shout out to Boosie. But Boosie is saying that if any man, if you're gonna be with his daughter, you can do anything you want but get violent. Like, I don't agree. I don't agree with Boosie, man. I don't agree with Boosie. But see, that's hypocrisy. the reason why he's condoning cheating is because he's done it. You know what I'm saying? So he will feel like a hypocrite if he tell a man, "Oh, don't cheat on my daughter," and he know he been doing it. So you know what I'm saying? So, and as far as the violence is concerned, like what are you gonna do? Like if you I don't condone domestic violence. I've never hit a woman. Um, um, Bo- Boosie is saying that he doesn't condone um domestic violence against his daughter. So I guess that's saying that he never hit a woman. But hmm, it's like in these situations, though, what you gonna do? Crash out? Go back to prison? If your daughter and the man gets into a physical altercation, you gonna just go back to prison. You gonna fill him up with holes and you gonna go back to prison for over the. I mean, nobody wants that, especially their daughter. You know how men feel about their daughters, but I mean, these situations, you're gonna crash out, and Boosie might want to have more future kids. You're gonna crash out, and you're not gonna be there for your future kids anymore, just because your daughter and her husband got into a physical altercation or whatever. Like, man, I don't know. Like we our emotions, like I'm not exempt from Boosie feeling like, what I'm saying, my emotions. If I see somebody hit my daughter, my sister, my mama, or I'm ready to crash out, right? But at the same time, man, I mean, things happen. Things could be provoked by your daughter. Uh, what if you crash out and it turns out he's just defending himself, and your daughter was hitting him upside the head with a frying pan, and like, it's a lot of things that go into this. Don't throw your life away for a situation that your daughter chooses a man, and you know what I'm saying? Like your kid, I had to think about this. Your kids, um, they have their own lives, and you know what I'm saying? And you know, if that, I'm gonna think if that happened to me, I'm going over there. I'm pulling both of them to the side, and I'm letting them know y'all gotta split up. Y'all got to split up, and if y'all don't split up, I don't want to do it. Not I don't want to I don't want nothing to do with y'all no more because you're gonna make me crash out. And I got a life to live myself. I want to live a good life in my retirement and not go to penitentiary because my emotions going off because somebody hit my daughter. Like, that's why vetting and men getting involved, helping, picking the right men for their daughters and nieces and all of the above is important. But next video.
Year old that killed a cop in Michigan. Don't worry about
Bang.
it. 38-year-old Denise Williams and her 6-year-old daughter Aaliyah went to Walmart to buy a TV. As they're leaving, the receipt flies out of Denise's bag. She doesn't realize it till she gets to the door. Trevor, the Walmart employee, stopped her, asked for proof of purchase. She realized it was missing. She flags down the cashier that had just processed the transaction. Cashier confirms it, but he is insisting that she cannot leave without a receipt. She's frustrated and determined not to cause a scene. Denise proceeded to her car and waved down a man in the parking lot to ask for help to load the TV into her car. As they're doing that, Officer Lindsay Carter pulls up. She has a reputation of being overly zealous. She exited the vehicle with her hand already resting on the holster gun. Trevor called the police, claiming that she had stolen the TV and assaulted him on her way out. Officer Carter immediately confronted Denise, accusing her of theft and demanding that she put her hands behind her back. Denise, caught off guard, tried to explain that she had already paid for the TV and confirmed it with the cashier, but Carter's tone grew increasingly aggressive. When Denise hesitated to comply with being handcuffed, pleading that she'd done nothing wrong, Officer Carter grabbed Denise by the arm, struck her in the ribs, and forced her to the ground, placing her in a chokehold as Denise gasped for air. Aaliyah, still seated in the SUV, watched in horror as her mother struggled. Panicking, she remembered the firearm her mother kept in the glove compartment for protection, a weapon Denise had taught her to handle safely. Acting out of fear and desperation, Aaliyah retrieved the gun, stepped out of the SUV, pointed it at Officer Carter, screaming for her to stop. When Carter turned toward Aaliyah and appeared to reach for her own weapon, Aaliyah fired a single precise shot, striking the
It's
officer in the
crazy.
eye. Carter collapsed to the ground dead. Aaliyah immediately dropped the gun and rushed to her mother's side, sobbing and begging for her to wake up. As Denise is regaining consciousness, more officers are arriving on the scene. They are both taken into custody, but after thorough investigation, they were cleared of any wrongdoing. They also watched the footage of her buying the TV. And Aaliyah is basically deemed a hero, is justifiable as she acted in defense of her mother's life.
That's crazy. Man, like, so she taught the 6-year-old how to use the firearm. That's crazy. And I don't know. I don't. We. Uh, this is crazy. So the 6-year-old, even according to what she said, the 6-year-old even gave a command to stop and get off her mother before she even fired. That's crazy. This. So, and no charges filed. It's deemed justifiable. I don't know the laws, and yeah, I'm just bringing this story to y'all. This is one of the ones where I want people who know the laws, who know more about this situation, who live in Michigan or in the same town, who heard further details, to get in my comments and let me know some further details about this situation and how it all played out. But man, that's crazy. I wonder how bad was the officer beating her mother. I want to know, I want to know a lot of things. But at the same time, a 6-year-old, there's no way a 6-year-old can know the severity of the situation. So the 6-year-old just sees somebody on top of their mother and shots fired. Man, this is a crazy situation. This ain't something that I know anything about. This is something I just wanted to bring to y'all. Give me what y'all think in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this situation. It's crazy. But y'all, absolute biggest thing that human beings have a hard time understanding and accepting that there's a different perspective. And if you ignore that perspective, it can sneak up on you. Y'all like, comment, subscribe. Logical Life Perspectives.